What is up, everybody? This is Ken from Mid-Level Media here on a Friday night, updating you guys with some late-breaking physical media news, some horror physical media news. But before we get into it, guys, we got some legitimately great horror films to talk about. Before we get into it, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. This is your first time discovering me here on the Mid-Level Media channel. Hit the subscribe button. You'll definitely enjoy the content. We talk about physical media, Blu-rays, and 4Ks every single day on this channel. Also, be sure to like this video and comment down below if you have any comments on anything that we're going to be talking about here tonight. And then turn on those bell notifications. So let's jump right into it. There were some exciting announcements that broke late last night. So I thought I would update everybody on it because some of this stuff might become pretty limited. So we're going to start with this Saw Bear Trap collection. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Make this a little bit bigger, make me smaller. And again, this is kind of like a recorded live thing. So I'm not going to do much editing with this. It's going to be completely off the cuff. So if I screw up, I apologize. I'm sorry. It's going to be okay though. Okay, so we have this Saw the Ultimate Collection 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray set right here with exclusive replica reverse bear trap. So this is a bear trap Saw collector set limited to 1,500 copies only. So we're on Instagram right now, and this is Via Vision Entertainment that's releasing this. This is an Australian Blu-ray and DVD label. They also handle the imprint catalog. So really cool stuff. Again, this is a big box set with the bear trap replica on top. Very cool. Again, if you're a Saw fan, like this has got to be one of the most exciting things for you all year. And this is coming out on November the 9th. So let's back up and I'll give you a little bit more of a view here. This is kind of showcasing the collection. And again, I'm here on Instagram on Via Vision's page, kind of showing you in detail what this looks like. You have the actual box right here that it comes in, and then take it out of the box, and you have this little set. And I'm sure all the discs are housed in that little below section. As you can see coming out right there, it looks like a little bit of a little booklet type thing, little booklet type holder. So cool stuff though, for sure. Cool stuff though. But let's get on the actual website, and I'm going to highlight exactly what this is because there's been some misinformation, maybe not misinformation, but I feel like some people weren't very clear on what this actually was. Because when you see Saw the Ultimate Collection 4K, you're assuming that all of the Saw films are in 4K, which would be super exciting because as of right now, we only have the first Saw film, we have Spiral, and we have Jigsaw in 4K. None of the other ones are in 4K, but I'm here to tell you right now that that is not correct. So you only get the films that were previously released in 4K on 4K in the set, and all the other sequels, all the other Saw sequels are in Blu-ray. Like they've always been. So they're not upgraded in this set. Now that would definitely make this set a little bit more enticing if all the Saw films were 4K, but that is not the case. So you will be getting 3 4K UHD discs in this set, and that will be Saw, that will be Jigsaw, and that will be Spiral, the ones that already have 4K releases. And then you're going to be getting 10 of the Blu-ray. You're going to be getting 10 Blu-ray discs. So all 9 of the Saw films will have Blu-ray. So all of the Saw films will have Blu-rays, even the first one, and Jigsaw and Spiral will also have 4Ks and Blu-rays. And then you're going to be getting one additional special feature disc. So from what I'm seeing, there's no additional special features or anything in this set. All this stuff is just previous special features and commentaries and stuff. But yeah, you're going to be getting all the Saw movies, all 9 Saw movies, Saw 1 through 7, and then Jigsaw and Spiral. And then you're going to be getting that bonus disc with behind the scenes and all that stuff. But let's talk about the price point here, because it says up top this is $399.95. So I don't know if this is Australian dollars and maybe it's cheaper in the US. I mean, that looks like the dollar sign to me. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but this looks like a $400 set, which you tell me if this is worth it or not to you to get all the Saw films in this I mean, beautiful, gorgeous collector set. It's absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. And I completely understand if you're a huge, massive Saw fan, that you would order this one, but I am not. Like, I think the franchise is okay. I like the first couple, all right, but after that, that kind of gets a little repetitive for me. I was never the biggest Saul fan back in the day. So I would never spend this kind of money for Saul, but I understand like if you're a huge fan, again, that's a really nice little replica sitting on top of the set, but is it worth $400? And again, it might be a little bit less over here. This may be Australian dollars. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, I don't know if it, but even if it's only like 300 or 250, I don't even know if it would be worth that much to me. But again, if you're a huge Saw fan, I completely understand. It's really cool that you have something like this that you can order. So again, limited to 1,500. So this is one of the reasons why I wanted to get on here right away and talk about this, because this thing could be, going out of stock any day now. So definitely order while you can. I will link that down below in the description. So yeah, that's the Saw collector set. Now let's get into some other exciting news. We're going to talk about the Vinegar Syndrome announcements from last night. And I don't usually cover a ton of Vinegar Syndrome stuff on this channel. I do usually on Mondays on the Physical Media Report, but I don't do like late breaking announcements about Vinegar Syndrome usually, because it's usually stuff that I've just never seen or never heard of, or just, obscure cult hits from back in the day. But right now, guys, last night, they announced the freaking Amityville Horror on 4K, a legitimately classic film, which I just find to be super interesting right now because, yeah, I'm pretty sure that Scream Factory released this Blu-ray, and now Vinegar Syndrome is doing the 4K. I'm pretty sure, well, I know that Scream Factory did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and Vinegar Syndrome is supposed to be doing the 4K of that later on this year. So with this and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, could we be seeing Vinegar Syndrome make that push to get more legitimate horror films going into the year of 2023? Could they be turning the tide against Scream Factory? We know everybody loves to hate Scream Factory right now, so I don't think people would be opposed to moving towards Vinegar Syndrome, which obviously, just looking at it, right? I mean, the packaging Vinegar Syndrome does is top notch. Like nobody beats them. Customer service, all that stuff. They just have it down. Shipping, like you never get anything damaged or messed up from Vinegar Syndrome. It's just that most of the titles that they release are not for me. So it's not something I can always get excited for. But you start releasing titles like this, the Amityville freaking horror, which is a legitimate, and let me repeat this, guys, legitimate horror classic from 1979. This movie blew up at the box office. Like, this is a classic horror film. I think it's a great horror movie. I do think the movie has lost a little bit of its luster because you have films like The Conjuring now, which just, take it to a whole nother level. So when you go back and watch a movie like this, I can see how some people will watch it and be like, this isn't really scary. But I think that the performances in this movie by James Brolin, Margot Kidder, are enough to really carry it. And I feel like they give such great performances. It's up there with Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, in my opinion. Like, they're fantastic in this film, and it's such an atmospheric horror film. It's such a well-made horror film, well directed, well shot. I just feel like this movie is going to look so incredible in 4K. So I could not be any more excited about this. Again, Amityville Horror is not one of my favorite horror movies of all time by any means, but it's a really great horror movie, and it's a legitimate classic. Again, I will repeat that. How many times did we get that with Vinegar Syndrome? We've got some cool stuff with Vinegar Syndrome this year. We've gotten, Cloak and Dagger. We've gotten which look great on 4K. So if that's a sign of what they can do on 4K, like I'm super excited for this title. Dead Heat was a cool release. You got Drop Dead Fred. They've done some stuff this year. I haven't gotten everything, but they've done some cool stuff. But let's get into this one, guys. And we're seeing the cover art on this. Oh my, this blows anything that Scream Factory's done. I feel like in the last 3 or 4 years, as far as like artwork, I just think this is so beautiful. And just perfectly captures the film. You have the house, you have Margot Kidder, Josh Brolin, you got the Reverend, the priest in the middle. It's just beautiful. And let's look at the back. This really puts the cherry on top for me. And I already pre-ordered this thing. I pre-ordered it last night. It's still, over 1,000 in stock, so plenty of time to pre-order this. Again, if you wait too long, you might not get this beautiful slipcover with it. But on the back, you have the upside down cross, you have the flies, like it's just so iconic. It's so excellent. I love the look of this. So I am super excited about this. Again, this is by no means one of my favorite horror films of all time or anything, but just a very exciting announcement coming out of Vinegar Syndrome. And I just hope to see more of this stuff in the future. I know they kind of built their name off these obscure, like trashy 80s, 70s, 80s cult classics, and a lot of people love them for that. So, I hope that this doesn't, detour the pure Vinegar Syndrome, the Vinegar Syndrome purists, if you will. I hope they're not like, oh, that's too mainstream. I'm not getting that. Hopefully, they appreciate a title like this, because this is a huge get for Vinegar Syndrome. And yeah, I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them for putting a title out like this. But let's see. Let's get into the info here. You have the 4K Ultra HD Region A Blu-ray set, 4K UHD presented in high dynamic range, newly scanned and restored in 4K from its 35 millimeter original camera negative, presented for the first time on home video in its original unaltered theatrical sound mix with an optional stereo mix. Nice. So you're going to have the unaltered theatrical stereo sound mix. Cool. You also get a brand new documentary, guys, My Amityville Diaries, a brand new making of documentary featuring interviews with screenwriter Sandor Stern, actor Mino Poulos, actor Don Stroud, actor Mark Vahanian, and actress Amy Wright. Again, I'm probably butchered all those names. You're going to get more documentaries. All these are archival. This is an archival documentary right here, making of documentary featuring interviews with actor James Brolin and actress Margot Kidder. This is For God's Sake, Get Out. So I'm not sure what this was from, but these interviews down here are all from 2017. You have one with James Brolin, Mino Poulos, Sandor Stern, Leo Schifrin, and those are all from 2017. So I'm wondering if that was the Scream Factor release, and if those special features are from the Scream Factor release of Amityville, which would be very interesting. But you're also going to get an interview with composer Lalo Schifrin from 2013, commentary track, video introduction. So just tons of special features. Again, most of the stuff's archival, but you are going to get a brand new documentary, which I think is super cool. So yeah, you can get this one currently, guys. Pre-order it for $36.99. The Amityville freaking horror movie. Now let's go back and see what else they're releasing in this package. And again, I don't know too much about these other films. I heard some people that they're actually pretty good movies, but you can get this entire package with all of them if you want to save a couple bucks and all these sound interesting to you. You can get them for $149.99. And again, I'll be linking all this stuff down below. And yeah, you had the Iceman Cometh, which I'm pretty sure that's a classic film. But this is not the one from, I think, the 60s or the 70s is when it came out. This is an Asian remake, came out in 1989. So I don't know too much about this one, but definitely looks cool from the artwork. Maybe give it a shot. But that's $29.99, and then you have Mutant Hunts, which looks pretty cool. It's like a sci-fi, action movie, and that's from 1987. So really cool cover art on that one. And now the back of that kind of looks like the Terminator. It looks like a mutant Terminator. So yeah, very cool. And that one was $29.99 as well. And these are all Blu-rays. I don't think any other 4Ks in this collection. This one is Buried Alive. And for anybody, I don't want you to get confused. This is not the Frank Darabont Buried Alive that got a Kino release. This is another Buried Alive that actually came out the year before the Frank Darabont Buried Alive. So this is Edgar Allan Poe's Buried Alive. This one came out in 1989, and the Frank Darabont film came out in 1990. So yeah, let's see. But yeah, really cool cover on this one as well. This one stars also Donald Pleasance. So that's interesting. Dr. Loomis himself. But yeah, some really cool artwork on that one. And let's look at the last title here real quick. This is Red Sun Rising. Again, don't know too much about this one. This is $29.99 as well. I'm trying to look and see if so yeah, this one has a bunch of brand new interviews and stuff. I didn't get to look at the special features for all of them. But yeah, it looks like you're going to have brand new interviews in this one as well. But yeah, don't know too much about these other films. But mainly, I'm excited for Amityville and what this means for Vinegar Syndrome going forward in the future. And I think that they can start releasing, some more. They don't have to be of the prestige quality of Amityville, but just more actual classics with some name recognition. would definitely be nice. And I don't need everything to be a hit or anything, but it's like, I don't know, just start giving us some quality. You give us the quality in the packaging and the presentation for sure, but not in the actual content. And that's what I want from Vinegar Syndrome going forward. And it looks like that's what they're willing to give to me. So I'm all for it. I jumped all over that Amityville set for sure. But I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know in that comment section below. What do you think about Amityville coming to Vinegar Syndrome on 4K? Is this a tide turner for physical media? What does this do to the horror physical media landscape? Is Scream Factory going bye-bye soon, or is Vinegar Syndrome taking over? Let me know in that comment section below. Also, let me know what you think of that Saw set. You going to be purchasing that for $400? Let me know in that comment section below. Also, like this video, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. We talk physical media, Blu-rays, and 4Ks every single day. Turn on the bell notifications and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description. I will also be sure to link all of these releases down below in the description as well. And yeah, see you guys later.